Hey everybody, it's Dr. Conley. Great job on the case. I really appreciate it. I posted a video earlier in the announcements and then took it down because the video didn't upload. At any rate, I'm going to YouTube this one and then I know it'll be there. So about that case, great posts. I really appreciate it. You guys bring out the best in me. You can tell by the amount of comments that I give back to you that I'm as invested as you are, and you seem very invested in learning as much as you can from these case scenarios. So, three things I think about Josie that I want to point out real quick. One, when a client asks you whether you've peed in a cup, don't answer yes or no. You all wanted to empathize with her and tell her, we understand it can feel disgusting, etc. How is that for you? That's good. But if you answer a question about past experiences that you've had with stuff like that, others may follow. And we want to watch our boundaries. There's like a whole separate little lecture on counselor self-disclosure that I can tack in here as well. But just be careful because it may be, have you ever been arrested, et cetera. When what we know that what she really wants to know, what she's really after is, do you understand how disgusting and humiliating this all is? And we can say, yeah, I feel you, and so you kind of all got that. That's good. The other is the limits of the consent form. When a client consents for you to release information to the court, it says on there what will be the consent is pretty detailed if you've seen them in practice, and I hope you have, as to what you can disclose. The client can revoke any or all of that consent at any point. Now, in a treatment court setting, there'll be consequences. You have to participate. You can't suddenly say, "Oh, my counselor can't talk to my probation officer." Well, yeah. But we don't want to go there. We don't want to get into a conflict about that and have her shut the whole thing down. We want to let her know, yeah, well, the court knows that you had a positive test. The people that gave you the test would have reported it to the court. Now, what happened? What we tell them is what happened. And really what happened was her boyfriend, Frank, manipulated the crap out of her, and about which Jess Ann had an opinion. And I put a couple of links in about that. Definitely, this was very coercive and very unhealthy. Um, but so we want to get the principle to the courts, not necessarily the details, because we want the client to be able to come back with us and say, well, it's worse than that. He not only does this to me, he does that to me, he does this to the kids. We need her to be able to tell us stuff and know that we're going to deal with it responsibly without embarrassing her like in full court or anything. So there was that. And the other was that referral for domestic violence. I think I told every one of you she needs additional services. If she has a boyfriend who's doing that kind of stuff and is putting her in a position to more or less have to relapse or else, that's got to be addressed with, and she needs some specialized counseling services for that. So, all in all, we want her to come to see that being honest with the court, they're your ally. They're going to look out for you. They're here for your long term. One final little point is, boy, to clients, they go out and celebrate the day they're told they don't have to do UAs anymore. If the judge goes, well, everything's in order, and I want to give you an incentive this week, I'm going to tell you we're going to knock the observed UAs off, a month early. You thought you had 5 more weeks of this and you don't because everything has been going so well, et cetera. They are like, it is huge. And at which point you just tell them, well, that's the rewards of honesty. You've been honest with the court. You've been able to stay clean. They're going to do good things for you. And let's keep that going. So all in all, great case. I know I'm debriefing a lot, but it looks like you learned a lot from it. I appreciate your engagement and the thoroughness with which you guys are all writing.